going on, guys? Hey, I wanted to come back to you this evening and bring you a segment from Jesse Lee's radio show right before Christmas. And he's talking here about a state senator from Kentucky whose transgendered child, or they're an adult, they were, I think, 24, committed suicide. And again, man, that was a tragic situation, but how we put emphasis upon people accepting everyone else. And it wouldn't matter if everyone accepted that person. If that person didn't accept themselves, that was the problem. And they would still have the problems, and it wouldn't matter if the whole world accepted them, I believe is what he says. They would still have the problem. But hey, look, guys, if you would, please like and subscribe. Thanks.
Go back to the phones. I want to give you an example of darkness. If you want to be free, you must overcome the darkness of the imagination. All thoughts, all lies, all the time. And the only way you're going to do it, the light must shine on the darkness of the imagination, because it's all ego. It's the nature of the devil that made a home in you. And reading the Bible, hooping and hollering, carrying on ain't going to do it. Going down to the front of the church and accepting Jesus ain't going to do it. You must be born again of the heart. A whole lot of folks are committing suicide today. And it's because they're out of their mind. They have been separated from the light, and they live in the darkness, and they believe the darkness. They worship the darkness. They communicate with the darkness. They accept the darkness as themselves. This is from NBC. A Kentucky state senator said Tuesday that her transgender son, a trans right activist of whom a lack of acceptance took a toll. He died by suicide. He was 24 years old.
641, and Kentucky Senator Karen Berg is remembering her son Henry. In a statement she released yesterday, the senator who represents Louisville said her son died by suicide last Friday. Henry was transgender and, according to his mother, struggled with mental illness due to difficulty finding acceptance. Senator Berg added Henry was recently promoted in his job at the Human Rights Campaign. He was 24 years old. Berg released the full statement and went on to say, quote, "If I have one ask, it would be this. Practice tolerance and grace. Work on loving your neighbor."
So they were saying Henry, but...
Again, man, real quick, I'm going to jump in here. I agree. We need to be tolerant and accepting of other people to a degree. I think we do. Again, I don't think we need to be tolerant of everything. Again, I'm not tolerant of giving kids hormone therapy for them to become the opposite sex, or, surgeries or everything else to become something they're not. But again, man, do we need to accept other people for them being different? Of course, man. But the fact of the matter is, we can't expect other people to make you feel better about yourself. And I think that is what one of the big problems is right now, is we're expecting other people to make us feel better make other people feel better about themselves. And that's not going to happen. That's not going to be the case, not all the time. And, we need to teach people that be okay with the way you are. And I think that would make a lot of transgender people, kids, better off too. Because, it's like you're okay with being different, even if you're not, no matter what you are. You don't have to get hormone therapy and surgeries and whatever to become better. You're fine the way you are. Leave it alone. try to view life as more like you're watching a movie. You know, you don't have to get mad or get upset or get hurt by everything that happens in your life. And, you know, and again, you know, I'm in no way saying that I'm living any kind of perfection. But that's one thing I'm really working on in my own life, is understanding that, man, that I don't have to react to every little thing that happens. You know, that is a hell in itself. If you believe you have to get upset with every little thing that happens, that is a hell. That's a hell that you live in. And there's nothing you can't help anyone from that place. And you know, you're not helping anyone if you tell them they have to buy into that. You know, you don't have to buy into that being your reality. You know, that somebody has to react to everything that happens. You know, it's like we're all different. We all have things that people accept and things that the people don't accept. But the big thing is, we have to accept ourselves, no matter what others think of us. We have to accept ourselves. And if that becomes the way that we teach kids, they're going to be fine for the most part. People are going to be fine. Yeah, we need to teach people not to bully and not to whatever, but we can't do anything about that. Not for the most part. We can't do anything about the fact that some people will never like you. You know, that's just the truth of the matter. And I think majority of adults understand that people aren't going to always like you. And yeah, we have to get that. We have to understand that, and we have to teach our kids accordingly. Not teach them, not place this importance on, you know, acceptance, because the acceptance that really is important is the acceptance of yourself.
This person was born a girl. This is from LGBTQ nation. Senator Karen Berg, in a statement, said this lack of acceptance took a toll on Henry. He long struggled with mental illness, not because he was trans, but from his difficulty finding acceptance. This hate building across the country weighed on him.
Unfortunately for me and other trans kids, going to the bathroom can be a scary experience. Even though I've been living as a male for some time, I've been accepted by my friends and family as a male, I was being forced to use the girls' bathroom at my school until very recently. Because the school administration did not support my gender identity by letting me use the restrooms concordant with my gender identity, the kids at my school bullied me. The kids thought that because the administration didn't support my gender identity, they didn't have to either, and that they could get away with bullying me.
And some stats on suicide. American Academy of Pediatrics, 40% of trans youth have attempted suicide. The CDC has reported males make up 49% of the population, but nearly 80% of suicide. 80% of suicide by men, and they only make up 40%. That's a messed up mind. That's a mind that has been turned away from the light, God, from the truth, from love. It's a separation between the darkness and the light, and the mind has been separated. And it's in darkness. And most people accept the darkness. They love the darkness. And that's why the darkness can convince them to take their own lives. Because in reality, when you're of darkness, you're dead anyway. Your eyes are open, you're breathing in your body, but you're dead. And that's why when you come to the light will destroy the darkness. It will kill the nature of the devil, abnormal nature that made a home in you. And in our society today, in America and around the world, I counsel with men and women around the world. And the moment I tell them, you know what? You got to get over the darkness. You got to return to the light, because all who has anger are living in darkness. They have identified with the darkness, and they pray to the darkness, they worship the darkness, they love the darkness. They call it God. Isn't that amazing? If somebody could have told this girl, you know what? Forgive your parents, stop judging yourself, and God will forgive you. Change your heart from anger to love. He will destroy the imagination, which is of the devil, you'll be fine. But the last thing most people want to do is overcome the darkness. Most people, without a doubt, love the hell that they live in, and they are living in hell. Anyone who has anger is living in hell. Anyone.
Man, that's so good. You know, but again, man, the judging ourselves, again, I think, man, he's totally correct. If that person would have been taught not to judge themselves, you know, love yourself, don't judge yourself. Be okay with who you are. It doesn't matter if other people are or not. You're going to be fine. You're going to be fine. But, you know, that's not taught nowadays.
I don't care who you are, or where you've been. If you have anger, you love it and you're living in it. Only a few will let it go. Only a few. They realize, you know what, I don't like this. There's something wrong. I don't know how to overcome it, but I know something is wrong here. And when they hear the truth, it resonates within them. It wakes them up, and they take the next step of forgiveness, and they start to live. In order to live, you must die, meaning the spirit of the devil must die inside of you, the imagination. All thoughts are all lies all the time. And this woman is blind. His mother, Karen Bass, if she said that it was because the world did not accept him, or some people didn't accept this little transgender thing. If the whole world had accepted as a norm, he would still have conflict, or she would still have conflict, because she's been separated from God. Everyone who has anger has been separated from God, because anger is hatred. Hatred is plain.
Yeah, I mean, no matter how many people accepted, like you said, even if the whole world accepted this person, they would still be messed up. That person doesn't accept themselves. And that's what the problem is. Not that the world doesn't accept them.
Playing God, and you shall never know God playing God, judging yourself and others. It has. I don't care if everybody has said, you know what, you could be a boy. I accept it. That girl still would not have had peace. Nothing physical can bring you peace. It's a spiritual thing. You could get all the wealth, and the devil will give you money. The devil, you can pray to the devil for wealth, and you'll get it, but you still won't have peace. You will still be conflict. You still try to get love or get something from others, and they don't have it to give you. It would never bring you peace. Why do you think relationships don't work? Marriages don't work.
Yeah, that's one thing, man, real quick, that I've kind of been coming to in my own life is, man, I don't need money so much as, you know, and caring for other people and accepting from other people, as I need peace in my life. And, you know, yeah, I mean, if I think, man, peace that is what we need. That is, and the only way we get that is from the alignment with God, the alignment with good, with light, because, man, you know, again, like you said, you know, you can pray to darkness for money and you might get it, but it's not going to bring the happiness that you want. You know, you want the peace. You want peace. You don't want money.
The husband trying to get love, and the wife trying to get love from the husband, and neither have it. They make each other feel good in the beginning, but that soon died out. And then they stop giving that phony stuff, and then they fight. Before you enter into the kingdom of heaven, you must forgive. You're not going to enter in until you forgive. It ain't going to work. And your ideas about God are wrong, because all ideas come from the devil. All ideas. All plans and ideas come from the devil. You're worshiping the devil and don't know it. And it's not going to change until you realize, you know what? I'm out of control. I can't change myself. I've tried. It didn't work. I give up. And these dumb experts that you're going to, they're just taking your money. They're not setting you free. I can't tell you the number of people I've counseled with who've gone to expert therapists and psychologists and PhDs and STDs and Mamma Mias, and they take their money and tell them, oh, you have post-traumatic syndrome. You have this. They put titles on it, and they leave you enslaved. They leave you in jail. And now you're broke, you don't have the bail bond money. You get out of jail. I know some people love living in jail, though. And you can't take it away. You can't convince them, so you let them suffer. God let you suffer until you're ready to get out of jail. And then he will give you the get out of jail card. Amazing, right? Which is his love, his nature, his light. God does not judge you. He does not condemn you. He knows that you can't see because you have not forgiven and that you're driven by the devil. He knows that. He's not holding that against you. He's like, what the? I understand. I know why you're doing it. And it's not your fault. It's your parents' fault, especially the mother, that you fall into the darkness and the father for not protecting you. But as an adult, it's your fault if you don't get out.
You son of a.